Morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Just kidding. I know you guys are dreading Monday, but I'm going to walk you through the module here. If you didn't understand what I was talking about in class today, I'm going to start doing this each and every week so that you guys kind of have a little better understanding of what's going on because I know it's a lot and it's pretty challenging. But anyway, we got our module here. So this is our unit or grade 6, unit 1, lesson 7, activity number 2. So this is Desmos number 2, not the warm up. And then I'm going to do number 3 as well. And then I'm going to show you guys the warm up in class today, then release to asynchronous. So we have two polygons are identical if they match up exactly when placed on top of one another. So again, two polygons, if they're different, they're identical if they match up when they're placed on top of one each other. Okay? It says draw one line to decompose each of the following polygons into two identical triangles, if it's possible. Okay, so we're going to look at each of these shapes. We're going to see if we can actually take our little pen or pencil and see if we can cut each of these objects directly in half to make two triangles. And this is the concept for the area of a triangle. Okay, we're going to check the box, and I'm going to do the drawings. I'm not going to check the boxes. Then you guys are going to do this asynchronously, and you're going to show me that you were paying attention. But we have a square. This one we're pretty familiar with. We could cut it from this angle to this angle and make two, or you can cut it from this angle to this angle and make two. So I'm just going to choose to do this. I draw my line right across. Let me use this tool since it's a little bit better drawing. Okay, this triangle here, and again, if I use the line tool, it might look a little better for you. It would be identical. So if I cut this in half, it would literally form two congruent triangles, and that's the area of a triangle. It's half of a rectangle or half of a parallelogram. We're going to learn that today. Okay, this guy, if I went from this corner to this corner, would it be identical? Then if I went from this corner to this corner, would it be identical? So again, if I cut this line in half, it literally makes two exact copies of those triangles. So, and the reason being is that's a parallelogram. Anytime I cut a parallelogram in half, literally from its corner to its opposite exact corner, it's going to make two exact triangles. So if you see something that looks like this, like a weird looking triangle, you can kind of turn it back into a parallelogram and then cut it in half to find its area. And that's what we're going to discuss today. So I'm going to leave that guy like that. Okay. This guy right here, it's not going to work. If I took from here to here, right? Those triangles definitely aren't the same. So that doesn't work. And then again, if I went from the opposite corners here to here, obviously those two wouldn't be the same. And the reason being is that quadrilateral is not regular. Number one, it's not like it doesn't have exact same sides and it doesn't look the same on each side. Plus, it's not a parallelogram, nor is it a rectangle. So it's not going to work. So you would cross out this guy. So this guy does not work. Okay. This one again is a rectangle. I think you guys are pretty familiar. We've been doing this literally since last Friday, or previous Friday. So almost 2 weeks. I could cut it there, or I could also cut it from side to side here. And that would make two congruent triangles. And again, that's what we're going to learn today as I walk you through the lesson. Would it work on this guy? Let's find out. So if I go from corner to corner, are these two exactly the same? Do they look the same? No. So in this case, if you really look at it, this angle here is obtuse. This angle here is acute. So, and again, I have to have, if I'm cutting an object, a quadrilateral in half, it has to be a rectangle or a square, right? Or it has to be a parallelogram. It won't work. If I try this, it's not going to work. So you can't cut a trapezoid in half and get an exact replica. Here's a parallelogram, so it should work. Bing. This is exactly the same as that. And then if I cut this guy from line to line down here, doesn't matter which corner you pick, just as long as you're going to the opposite corner, that would also work. Again, here's another parallelogram. This one's kind of thin and skinny, but it still works. If I cut any quadrilateral, that's a rectangle, or that's a square, or a parallelogram, it works. Even if I went from its obtuse angle to its obtuse angle, it literally makes it. So again, you're going to check these boxes off and show me that you're comprehending. That's what we were doing today. Okay, we go to the next diagram. Study the quads that can, in fact, be decomposed into two identical triangles. What do you notice about them? Write a couple of observations about what these quadrilaterals have in common. Okay, so if you went back to this, study those. Okay, and I've already discussed this with you. I've kind of given you the answer. What do you notice about all the ones that we can cut? Well, on this slide, I would literally say all the ones that I can cut to make an exact replica happen to be a rectangle, a square, or a parallelogram. Any other quadrilateral will not work. Any. So if you have a rectangle, a square, or a parallelogram, I can cut those. That's what they're looking for here. You would go ahead and discuss that. Okay? Next one. So now we have the tale of two triangles. Okay? Determine whether each pair of triangles can be decomposed into rectangles, a parallelogram, both, or neither. So we have two triangles here, right? Can I take these two objects and make any of these? Sometimes it's a rectangle, sometimes it's a parallelogram, sometimes it can be both, and sometimes it can be neither. Okay, so let's play around with this. Can I turn these two into a parallelogram, or can I turn those two into a rectangle? Let's see what you got. So if I took this guy, right? I slid him up. It's allowing me to grab this. Yeah. So again, I know that this one would work because I have two triangles that are right angles. It would definitely make, and that's kind of a horrible square, but that would work. You guys agree? Okay. It could also, if I were to drag this guy, it also forms a parallelogram. So two right triangles, any two right triangles, I don't care which ones you give me, any two right triangles will give me a square, right? Or a rectangle, or both. Okay, so and again, you notice there's no square over here, so they're really trying to get you guys to understand rectangles cut in half, or triangles, parallelograms are cut in half. So you would click both. And again, to make sure that you're paying attention, I'm actually going to ask you to go back through the module yourself. You're clicking the buttons. Okay, now we have two not right triangles. Okay, so these are like isosceles, they're irregular, they have no like matching angles. Can I turn it into a rectangle, parallelogram, both, or neither? Well, if I tried pulling that same thing, if I rotated this guy over, right? I drag him up to here. It makes a shape that we're familiar with, but I don't see any 90-degree angles, right? No 90s, but I do see parallel, 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 parallel. So these two irregular triangles, they're not right triangles, would form a parallelogram. Okay, could we make it a rectangle? I don't think so, right? Because it would have to have a 90-degree angle somewhere in there. A rectangle has four right angles and two sets of parallel sides. So this one has two sets of parallel sides, but there's no right angles. This is where you really have to kind of refer back to grade school. All right? Again, as a kid, I automatically started saying, oh, I kind of get how this works. And if you don't, you need to watch some YouTube videos, ask me questions in class, but I don't see any 90-degree angles, none. But I can rotate, right? Flip. It's kind of a mirror image of itself. Rotate a little bit further, and that forms a parallelogram. So if you notice, guys, if you make, hopefully you're starting to see, if you make a copy of any triangle, any, I don't care what the triangle looks like, if you make an identical copy, flip it and rotate it, right? You flip it and rotate it on its side, it's automatically going to form one of these. If it has 90s, if it has a 90-degree angle somewhere in there, usually that's going to tell me it forms a rectangle and a parallelogram, because a parallelogram is a rectangle. A rectangle is a parallelogram, depending on it has 90s, okay? If there's no 90-degree angles, then that rectangle is no longer a parallelogram. Okay, but it's definitely a parallelogram in this one. So then I go to number 4, right? Oh, I see a 90. Automatically, do I really have to move these anymore after seeing 3 of these? For some of you maybe, but some of you guys are like, oh, definitely forms a parallelogram because I have a triangle. The minute I make that mirror image of a triangle, it's automatically going to form a parallelogram. In this case, it forms both a parallelogram, because a parallelogram is a rectangle, but the rectangle is not necessarily a parallelogram. It has to have those 90s. So in this case, it would be both. Okay, moving along. I want to make sure I finish these for you guys. Again, do I see any 90s? Yeah. But a lot of kids are going to freak out and they're going to say, this is like on an angle, kind of. It looks like it's tilted over, right? But if I took this, I rotated them down, and this is where they're really going to try to find out, are you paying attention to this stuff? Are you kind of just flying through it? Are you doing your job? So that is a 90, correct? Well, in this case, I can't manipulate this guy, really. I can't turn him, but I can put this guy on top. I can rotate him, right? Opposite angles. Let's see if I can get that a little better. Oops. I just have to drag this guy. This one's a little bit touchy. And then there. Even though it's on its side, there's a 90, there's a 90, there's a 90, there's a 90. So try to look at this like this is your base. That way you'll be your height. Kind of tilt your head if you have to so you can see it. Okay, and again, that's where the state's really going to try to challenge you and make sure you understand the concepts. But rectangle, yep. Parallelogram, yep. It's checked off both boxes. So I would click both. Okay, I move on to the next one. Tail of two triangles. 90, 90, 90, nope. So automatically I know it's not a rectangle. That rectangle has to have 90s, has to. In this case though, I have irregular triangles, any two triangles ever are going to form that parallelogram. So if I had this, and they left it for us already, so this one was already done for us. And again, if my drawing was perfect, parallelogram, okay? Not both, but parallelogram in this case, no 90-degree angle. 90, nope, 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 nope. So I can't get it, okay? Number 7, again, automatically obtuse, acute, acute. Cannot be a rectangle. It's already disqualified as a rectangle. But triangle is congruent, triangle is congruent. I know it's going to form that parallelogram, period. It has to. And that's the definition of the parallelogram. It's really like an object. It's like kind of like a tilted rectangle. It has those same exact side measures. So that's the best I can do. But we have parallel, 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 parallel. And that always works. Any triangle you cut, if you take a triangle, you make literally a mirror image of it. You make a double, right? It's the exact same shape. If you copy it, it's has to form a parallelogram. Has to. That's the concept of a triangle. Okay. But I see my 90. Acute, acute, but I see a 90. We made a copy, so it automatically forms the parallelogram. Well, in this case, it has the 90 to 90. If I flip this bad boy over, it also forms my parallelogram. This would be right here. So I'd squeeze this guy down. This forms my rectangle. So 90, 90, 90, 90, parallel, 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 parallel. So both. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. I would mess around with this. You visually play with it. I wouldn't just sit here and watch the video and have me do all the problems for you. I would literally walk through and manipulate this thing when I put you into async time. You're going to have about 32 minutes to go back, check all these off, put your discussions down, and all that fun stuff. Okay? If you have questions, guys, you're really struggling with this material, please look up YouTube videos. Just type in area of a triangle. There's tons and tons and tons of videos that are going to help you out. Okay? The state's making sure you really, truly understand the concept. And I know this as a kid. Okay? It's not like I learned this in college or in high school. I learned this in grade school, middle school, just like you did. But I really got into the math and started playing with shapes and trying to understand it. I didn't say, I don't get it. Okay? So you can get this stuff, I promise you. All right? But today's lesson, we were just decomposing the triangles. Tomorrow, we're actually going to start calculating area because now we have a rectangle, we have a height, we have a base, so we can find the area of any shape that I've provided to you. I can find the area of a square, I can find the area of a rectangle, I can find the area of a parallelogram, and I can find the area of a triangle. That's going to be your job at the end of this week. Okay? And then we're going to continue on with like trapezoids and moving into more complex figures. But for the time being, make sure by the end of this week, on Friday, your quiz will have triangles on it. So if you don't get it, come see me on Thursday, and I'll see you guys in class. Thank you.